Good morning. Just checking if my internet is any better. Let's check. Any better? Any better? The internet, just checking if the internet is any better so that we can get started. Let's get some music playing. Woohoo! Sorry about the internet. I don't know what's happened. No voice, sir. No voice. Can you hear me? Tell me in the chat box if you can hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Not audible? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Nutan is saying she can hear me. Jharna is saying she can hear me, but some of you can't. Audible Priyanka. Okay, it looks like now it's fine. All right, great. I won't play music from my phone, just maybe because it's using the internet or something must be going wrong. I'm just going to leave it. You are audible and visible, Puja. Fabulous. We got it sorted. Lovely. Then let's move into, I have the old deck of cards. Some of you were requesting for the old deck of cards. Let's do the deck of cards in the meantime. Let's see, message of the week. I don't have a book of the week this week for the simple reason that I've had such a busy week, as you can follow in my stories, with so many events and so much happening that I have not had time to sit and just relax and read. But next week, definitely I'll bring that back, okay? Thank you. Deepika's like, I don't get reply of my messages. Why, my Jan? Why are you not getting a reply? I'll make sure I reply to you. Give thanks. Looks like it's for me. In your imagination, kiss each of your favorite people in turn and thank them for being in your life. Then do the same with an open heart to each of those people who cause you difficulties. I have a feeling like we've had this card before. But I'm going to anyway stick to this one because I feel like new week, new message. Even if it has come before, who cares? So yes, thank and kiss the person in your imagination, the one you'd like to thank. And also people that bring in difficulty, because actually they're bringing in difficulty so that we get triggered towards growth. Yeah. Oh wow, so nice to see you here, Jagannathan. Yes, it was lovely coming for the FBR event yesterday. Thank you everybody who sent in so many messages. For all of you who flew down from my tribe to Chennai over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. You know, meeting people in person is 100 times better than Zoom or Insta or any other platform that we have. So I'm really setting the intention that going forward this year, we are going to be meeting a lot more people in person. I hope I can do a 5-city tour. I hope I can, go around India meeting all the people that are, loving this work. I hope I can create some new content and maybe launch a 3-day live session. There's so much I'm planning. So for all of the love that you have sent towards me, I just want you to know it's not going to go waste. It's all going to get converted into something that I'm going to bring right back for you. Okay, Mirijan? Okay. Hello, hello. 1,000 kissings and greetings. 1,000 kisses to you too. I didn't come to Chennai and I'm missing you a lot. Oh, for all of you who missed my events for whatever reason, don't worry. We'll do our best to make it up to you. Okay, darlings? And you may have already heard that we have also launched the next advanced level of all our courses. So if that's something that interests you, speak to your big sisters. They'll be able to guide you, help you. Not to worry. Actually, don't speak to them. Let me come back and sort that out for you. Please organize an event in Jaipur. How I'd love to do that. It's such a favorite city of mine. Shrimans, ma'am, how to deal constantly with negative criticism and manipulation from your partner, doesn't even want to communicate. I feel so unheard and stuck. Any time in my life I feel like my partner is not responding to me the way I would like them to, I start to build myself, because one of my greatest understandings have become that we can't change anybody. We just have to change ourselves for our environment to change. We just have to vibrate differently for us to get different. So I'm just going to ask you, how can you start to shift that focus? Whatever you are waiting, maybe he's criticizing, manipulating, not being respectful, not listening to you, leave all of that for 21 days, okay? And for 21 days, every morning, get up, do your gratitude, exercise, read something good, and start to have a vibrational change from within. Even if he wants to, he won't be able to continue to respond to you the way he's been acting or behaving, okay? So anytime in life you get stuck with someone and they're not behaving the right way, you have 3 ways of dealing with it. One is to accept what they are doing. Sometimes it's not acceptable, then confront. They may or may not change. And one is called remove, because you know what? It's becoming a non-negotiable. It's becoming you can't accept it. If any of these are not your way of dealing with it, if you want to choose my way of dealing with it, I always go deep within and I go, you know what, how can I make my life better? How can I make myself better? How can I focus on me? Because in continuously focusing on him, I'm starting to go down in my vibration, and the more down we go in our vibration, the lesser the luck, the lesser the miracle zone, the lesser the manifestation, the lesser and we get stuck in what I call that rut of life, where everything just keeps going wrong, and you don't know why. And the more we are thinking negative, the more negative goes on happening. You're like, I hope today when he comes home, at least he behaves himself, and then he doesn't. And then you're like, tomorrow morning, at least when he wakes up, he has a smile on his face, but he doesn't, because you're going on in that negative space, wanting better, but thinking the wrong, wanting better, but thinking the wrong. We need to stop thinking the wrong, and we need to start to focus on something entirely different, which is better, and that takes our vibration up. So try this out. It works like magic according to me. Oh, that's so sweet. Hi, Puja Shashi Shekhar. Hi, Sushila. Hina, so cute. Puja, you are love. That's too cute. Vivek Vasanta, loved meeting you in person. Vera level happiness. Oh, thank you. Can you plan a retreat? That's exactly the plan, Vibrant Life. Joyful Soul by Coach Nidhi. Hi ma'am, could not come to Chennai. Missed you so much. I want to continue my journey with me. Please think about us also. Definitely. Okay, so the day you have your certification graduation ceremony on Zoom, I'm definitely going to make some or the other suggestion to you on how you can continue the journey with me. I also love you as much. So I just want you to know that I'd love for all of you who are dying to continue. Why should we stop? Okay, so I'm definitely keeping you in mind. Shelja, what is the process for coaching certification? Shelja, just send me your number and someone from my office will call you to help you and guide you to understand how you can join CC, GBDE, whichever course you're interested in. Shweta Mulchandani, good morning, Meri Jaan. I hear you have a 15 minutes with me. Definitely will get in touch with you soon, sweetheart. In Bangalore also, yes, of course. You were looking like a goddess in that sari. Thank you for every single person who's given so much encouragement on me wearing the sari. So I'm not the most comfortable person in a sari because I don't wear it so often, yet I absolutely love wearing a sari. So this was just a sari that I had bought recently, and I had already worn pretty much a lot of my clothes during my 2 days. So I said, you know what, for Siddharth, why not wear a sari and go? And honestly, I was so comfortable. It was so easy to handle. And I mean, everybody was so kind. So I definitely have gotten very encouraged to increase my sari wearing. So for all of you here, whenever you see me in a sari, please know you played a role in me continuing to wear one, because everyone was just so complimenting. My God. Thank you. Designer Priyanka, ma'am, what to do if my parents are not agreeing for my love marriage due to caste difference? Priyanka, normally there are 2-3 ways to handle this. One is to just remain patient and wait it out. At some point, they will get fed up and get you married. Okay, that's to that boy. That's one of the ways that I see very common these days, because there's no hurry to get married. Earlier on, there used to be that age limit and all of that. Now it's like boys and girls have become so smart that they just go, keep stretching it to a point where they just go, okay, at least get married. And as you keep on extending, your own proposals keep reducing, and at some point they themselves feel they don't even know if they can find you a boy, so then they kind of agree. One of the things, I feel like we are in the last generation of all of this caste conversation that is going on. I don't think our children will have to go through all of this. And when I say our children, is like the next generation. So your children will not have to go through all of this. So unfortunately, you know what, it's crazy that instead of looking at the kind of person someone is, we are still looking at the kind of family they are coming from in terms of, the religion or the caste or the community. I hope sooner than later we start to measure people for their personality rather than their, gotra, as I like to call it. Dr. Aman's asking, ma'am, please reply how to get rid of past. Any technique is there? I think the more you live in your future, the lesser the space you give to your past. So if you can build yourself such an exciting future that your past feels like past life, that will be a fabulous way to do it. Now, how to set a vision 5 years from now where you want to be. Plan in 3 years from now, where do you want to be? Set a vision for 1 year from now, where do you want to be? Convert all of that into goals. Take every goal and convert it into action steps. And slowly but surely start taking those chota action steps. And your life becomes so beautiful that you just look back and say, all of what I went through was actually for me to reach here, for me to become who I've become. We either move into regret or we move into looking at our life and saying, I wouldn't change a thing for what it has done for me, So tragedies turn into opportunities when we start to redesign our future. My suggestion, redesign your future enough that your past becomes meaningless. It's not about getting rid of your past. It's about making it having no impact on you any longer. And if you can make such a beautiful future, today, the life I live is so fabulous that I can't remember the first 5-7 years of my marriage and how Puneet and I used to struggle with one another. It has no relevance. We are in such a beautiful marriage. When your future becomes so beautiful, a time will come, your past will become irrelevant. Yeah. When will you be in Bangalore? I don't know, my darling. I will announce it in some form or the other. Ma'am, I'm so blessed to have met you. Thank you, Preet, and God bless you too. DRE AmLife 2023. Ma'am, while visualizing, I'm not able to visualize my face. Is that normal? Somewhere I read it means we are not feeling worthy to imagine our face. Is this true? I don't think so, to be very honest. I wouldn't know, but I don't think so. According to me, when you are visualizing through your eyes. So through your eyes, you are seeing the world. In that, unless you're standing in front of a mirror, why would you need to see your face? Okay. So don't visualize as if you are watching yourself. Visualize yourself as if you are standing in your vision. Then you don't need to see your face. You'll be seeing everyone's face. Because it's through your eyes, I want you to create your whole vision. Okay. So don't worry too much about it. Different people have different styles of visualizing. Some people like to look at it like a movie while they are watching themselves. And some people like to be in the movie where they are watching everything through their eyes. Okay. Dr. Nupur, please explain like attracts like versus opposites attract in terms of love relationship. Nupur, the reason I'm smiling is that, you know what, there are two levels of similarities. What do I mean when I say this? When I got married to Puneet, I remember on our honeymoon, he was sleeping and I was looking at him and saying, wow, we are so similar. He loves movies. I love movies. He loves going out and eating. I love going out and eating. He loves to do dash. I love to do dash. What are we going to fight about? It is so fabulous that we have so many common traits. And within 2 months, Nupur, let me tell you what happened. Okay. He would say, I want to go for action movie. I would say, I want to go for romantic movie. He would say, I want to go for Indian. I would say, I want to go for Chinese. He would say, whatever he would say, I would be saying the opposite. So when we think of like attracts like or opposites attract, The real truth is we all have all of the qualities. It is just which one is dominant and which one has gotten nurtured and exposed. So when, a few people coming together becomes like attract like. So you can see what is the commonality between them. Let's say there's a bunch of doctors. Will they tend to hang out together because their language and their jargon is similar? Absolutely. You will see people hanging out in groups where you can see a commonality. But if you actually went into the detail, between the two same people, you will be able to see even the difference. So it is what you have eyes for more than anything else is what I have noticed. When I want to look for similarity in someone, I can find similarity. If I want to look for the differences, I can find differences. So I just think that the people we like, we tend to find similarities with, and then the same people when we fight with, or even somebody else, we start to, when we start to distance ourselves, we start to look at the opposites, right? Are you coming to MMI this weekend? I am not coming. I am traveling. I don't know if you're asking me. Oh, you're conversing amongst yourselves in my chat box. Love it. Friendships are happening here. Bhumika, telling the truth about narcissist is making me feel guilty, but this act is leading others to take advantage, playing politics. Honestly, Bhumika, I can't understand the question here. Telling the truth about a narcissist is making me feel guilty. You know what? Trust me, the narcissist doesn't even care. But this act is leading others to take advantage, playing politics. Bhumika, I don't know if there's a question there, but my suggestion to you would be that, anytime you will call out the truth, you will feel guilty. Our personality is such where we don't want to create drama. So anytime we have to address any kind of drama, we feel like just let it pass. Now I'll adjust, I'll compromise, I'll tolerate, I'll this thing. Because anytime we come out in the open, then, there is an issue that gets created and you feel like you've created it. While the truth is, all you've done is you've kept silent for way too long. So my suggestion would be, darling, whenever you do have to call someone out, just call them out. Don't feel guilty about it. As far as other people taking advantage of it is, remember, nobody can take advantage of you unless you allow them. So keep the power in your hands, my sweetheart. Priyanka, do you believe in inner child healing? Priyanka, I believe in all healings. If anything can help you, use it. I believe in crystal healing. I believe in color therapy healing. I believe in art healing. I believe in Vastu. I believe in Reiki. I believe in Pranic. I believe in healings, okay? And inner child, of course, we've all had those traumas, wounds that we are carrying in our bodies and hearts and, different parts, and we need to clear all of them. So if any healing works for you, please use it as a modality to work with yourself or others, because I'm a big believer that we all need to process everything that's going on, especially in the world today where so much is not making sense. Karishma Kadam, what's your definition of success? Karishma, over the years, I think it's changed. It used to be earlier a lot about, I think becoming successful was my definition of success, which means generally it was around the name and fame and money and all of that normal people would describe success as. Slowly over the years, I've added that with fulfillment. So all of that plus fulfillment. And I think lately one of the things I have attached to this whole definition is name, fame, money, all of that with fulfillment and personal peace. So sometimes, for example, let's take a doctor. A doctor has name, fame, money. A doctor also does a job which is very fulfilling. But is it necessary that they will be happy and peaceful doing all of that? No. So my realization has been 3-step, that the normal person will think of success as what other people can see. A little deeper person's success will be with meaning and fulfillment. That means in their work somewhere they feel like they're doing good work, or they're contributing to the world. And right at the bottom of that is returning to peace and happiness. So for me now, I think every single decision of my life is now based on, will this help me become more peaceful and more happy? And if the answer is no, then I slow down and I change my path and I do it at the speed that I want to, that doesn't take away peace and happiness. Because one of the things I've started to notice is the more the success that comes, the more the opportunities start to show up. And as you start to get opportunities, there used to be a time in life where we didn't have opportunities. And then as you start to get more and more successful, opportunities start to come to you from right, left and center. And you are having to, for the first time in your life, learning to say no to opportunities, to be able to keep your calm and do whatever you can do without losing yourself to the amount of opportunities that are showing up. So I feel like it's a lot of, like, as you go along, you feel very guilty because you worked so hard to get there. To say no, to tell yourself that, to preserve yourself is also an art on the journey up, is what I've learned. So for me, lately, I have really been slowing myself down and just checking in with myself. How happy am I? How peaceful am I? How happy am I? How peaceful am I? And if somebody today had to ask me my definition of success, I don't even think it any longer has anything to do with outwardly success, but everything to do with how am I feeling with me? That inside Puja, that soul that lives, is she happy? Is she peaceful? Is she content? If she's fine, I'm fine. So I think like that's where I've gone off. But I wasn't like this. I think I was very driven and very ambitious till about 4-5 years ago. And you know what? I've enjoyed that period. I've enjoyed following my mission, my passion and all of that. And today I feel like I want to do it, but I want to do it at my speed. And that's becoming a very big theme for 2023, because there's just so many people pulling me from so many different angles of life that, can you do this for us? Or can you do this? Can you come and speak here? Can you do that? Can we start this? Can we start that? And I'm just like, you know what? Slow down. And I'm loving it. Honestly, just knowing that, I'm going to do this at my own speed is giving me a lot of groundedness and a lot of power. And I feel like all of us need to go for the big things in life, but at our own speed. And that's why I have this beautiful tortoise that sits on my desk, which is a reminder to me that we're all going to get there to the finishing line. But you know what? Don't forget to carry your joy with you. Shipra Sri, how to improve tonality and speech? I'm going to say just practice. Practice a lot. Every time you are communicating, if you can start to look at, how do I want to sound? I mean, if you really want to start to sound sweet, I want you to add that honey to your tongue every morning, and try practicing it. So if I want to say something to someone, let's say I want to tell someone, why haven't you cleaned the drawers? Okay, now there are so many different tones I can use. Why haven't you cleaned the drawers? Why haven't you cleaned the drawers? Why haven't you cleaned the drawers? All of your tonality. So if you can just start to practice tonality, it is something that I do very consciously, because I'm a big believer of what you say becomes 10 times easier for someone to receive if you just sprinkle some love in the tonality. So you can say the same thing. I have a friend who says to her husband, sometimes I'll be watching them and she'll be like, you're such a dog. I'm like, what did you just call your husband? But the way she says it, there is so much mithas in her dog that her dog sounds like puppy. So, I feel like, we can say anything sometimes if we know how to say it. So keeping your tonality right, very important. I don't know what exactly you mean by speech, but I'm going to guess in regard to vocabulary, see if you can just start to read a lot more. I feel like a lot of my vocabulary comes in my business because of the reading that I do in regard to the content that I create. So there's a lot of reading. So those are the kind of words that live within me. Whatever we tend to read a lot, those are the words that become ours. So improve your vocabulary, improve your tonality, you'll literally end up improving your life. Aish 2392, how to become emotionally strong, ma'am? Aish, I feel like, there are a few things I do to maintain the strength of who I am, and one is to not take people too personally. I feel like emotionally strong people understand that everyone is on their own journey. Everyone is trying to do the best that they can. There's nothing against you personally. If it will suit them, they will be nice to you. If it doesn't suit them, they will do whatever suits them. And you know what? If we can give the world the permission to suit themselves just the way we are all the time suiting ourselves, I feel like the whole world will just become a lot more emotionally more stable. So see if you can start to allow people to prioritize themselves. I feel like a lot of us are wanting other people to be sensitive to us, while we ourselves don't know how to be sensitive to people, because when given an opportunity, we are going to suit ourselves. So I feel like whenever someone lands up hurting me or choosing themselves or doing something that I would have taken personally many years ago, today I think I have a lot more bandwidth to give permission for people to suit themselves, and I have learned to prioritize myself in my life. Earlier on, I was just giving. Now I'm giving, but also replenishing. Giving and replenishing. Giving is my basic nature. I love giving, but I must learn to replenish myself. Otherwise, I will become angry, irritated, bitter, resentful. These are all emotions that come from when we've overgiven. So especially for givers, this is very important that you replenish yourself and you prioritize yourself. So the day you learn to prioritize yourself, it becomes much easier to give other people the permission to do the same. So, and I feel like that makes you emotionally strong. Because you know what? You started to learn that everyone is here for themselves first. And then when you go into overflow, you can give to others. Archana Sharma 98, ma'am, I love you. Please explain how to avoid procrastination and how to wake up early trying really hard. So, you know what, Archana, honestly speaking, I'm a big believer that the closer we are to our deadline, the lesser we will procrastinate. So one of the things I want you to check is how close are you to your deadline? Do you even have a deadline? Is it a fake deadline or is it a real deadline? Is it a deadline created by other people or is it your own imaginary deadline? Because deadlines make us do the work. Otherwise, we will keep on procrastinating because that's just how our human being personality is. Okay? I love it when you put everything on paper. So to-do lists are very helpful when you don't want to be a procrastinator. If you can have clarity on what are those 3 things that you must do, you know, and then scheduling your to-do list, which means I'm going to do this 4 to 5, I'm going to do this 7 to 8, and I'm going to do this, let's say 10 to 11. If those are your timings, what are you doing at that point? Okay. Deleting a lot of your distractions is one of the biggest helps you can give to yourself. You know, I have deleted Instagram from my phone on the 17th of March. On the 17th of March, I deleted Instagram from my phone. I kept it for the 2 days of my event. And I'm going to be deleting it again today. So the plan is that, you know what, do not have any kind of scrolling happening on your phone. If I want to do scrolling, I will sit on my iPad and do it, but not on my phone because that just takes up all of your time. So I've deleted YouTube from my phone. So those things really help. And as far as how to wake up early, whenever somebody asks me how to wake up early, I always ask them, how is your night routine? Your night routine automatically decides your morning routine. Your morning routine has very little to do with your morning. So when people ask you, Puja, how do you so easily wake up at 4:30? I say, because I sleep at 9. You sleep at 9, how will you not wake up at 4:30? Tell me that. How long will you sleep, yeah? You know, apne aap hi aankh khul jati hai. Even if I want to sleep, I don't know how to. I'll have to sit awake till 11 o'clock if I want to sleep till late, right? So see if you can start to follow a very strict night routine if you truly want to wake up early, and every night set an intention for the morning. that when you will wake up, what are those 5 things you will do within the first 1 hour of waking up that will make your life fabulous. If you have a very clear intention, this is how I'm going to wake up. This is literally before sleeping, visualize your entire morning routine. Then you will see yourself waking up a lot more fresher, a lot more enthusiastic, a lot more excited. Yeah. So try both of these. One, in procrastination, make your to-do list and make sure that you started to schedule it. And in your waking up early, just follow a very strong night routine. Where's Boutique? Hi Puja ma'am, I love your energy and enthusiasm. Thank you, darling. Friends, sweetie, Puja, you are an addiction. 1,000 kisses for saying that. Love you, dear. I'm going to use that somewhere. Puja, you're an addiction. That's too cute. Dharani, I always feel negativity, ma'am. Any tips to overcome it? Darshini, sorry. Did I say Dharani? Sorry. Darshini, my suggestion to you would be do gratitude every single day. For the next 21 days, overdo it is my suggestion. 10 things every single day. 10 things that you love about your life. Look for the sunrise, the hot cup of tea. Thank God for clips so that we can tie our hair. Thank God for phones so that I can keep in touch with my parents. Thank God for hairbrushes. I can comb my hair. Just thank God, thank God, thank God, thank God for smallest to the biggest things, because you know what? The more you live in gratitude, you can't live in negativity. The more you live in negativity, you cannot live in gratitude. Suman Yadav. Hey, can you please share some ideas for handling a baby? What should be my talking with my 5-month-old? Suman, your 5-month-old is something I had about 19 years ago. So I feel like a lot has changed. This is something you can actually Google if you'd like to whisper some affirmations into your baby's ears, or if you'd like to say some positive sentences, or if you'd like to, use nice vocabulary. I think more than anything else, your 5-month-old child is receiving your energy. So check every single day, how is your energy? On a 1 to 10, what is your energy like? If you are living life at a 10, your child will automatically absorb that. And if you are someone who's dragging through life, your child will also absorb that. So more than anything else, my suggestion would be keep a check on your energy, darling. Khushbu Patel, how to deal when you dislike someone that is turning into hate? Any kind of unchecked dislike normally will turn into hate. You know why? Because when we have a bias against this person, have you noticed that people who we find beautiful but they are not nice inside, we stop seeing their beauty? And have you noticed when we like someone, even if they are not good looking, their beauty actually grows on us? The same happens with personality. When we have started to notice someone that we are not liking, all of whatever is in their personality that is not to be liked, we start to see a lot more clearly. In your life, you'll notice anytime you want to buy something new, you'll just start to see more of it everywhere. Just decide you want to buy a diamond, you'll see everyone's diamonds. Just decide you want to buy a car, you'll start to notice everyone's car. Same way, when we decide we don't like someone, everything that they do starts to get interpreted, or the meaning we start to give it is negative, and then dislike automatically turns into hate. My suggestion would be make a list of maybe, when you meet the person, 5 things, 10 things, 15 things that you can actually appreciate in them, and you'll start to see a shift in your thing. In the beginning, it'll feel very fake. But the days I land up having some sort of conflict with Puneet, I write down 50 gratitudes towards him. Trust me, it's one of the hardest things to do, but you accomplish that, you will become a rock star in managing your conflicts and disagreements. And that's what I do. If I'm anytime not liking someone, I'll just make a list of everything possible that I have respect towards, so that I don't go into this bias of deciding that this person is not good enough for me to have a vibrational connection with them. You can still choose to stay away. It's not everyone's chemistry matches with us. But you know what? Even if you choose to stay away, it's always good to end it on a good note. Like, even if I today meet my friend from 10 years ago who maybe, I did not like enough to keep in my life, I'll still meet her with all of my love, because for those 10 years that we were together, we had something beautiful. Yet I can totally choose to not have her back or something like that, you know. So I'd like you to start to think in this manner that, you know what, I'm not going to allow someone to live as poison inside of me and pray that they die. Because every time we carry poison, we lose our ability to manifest. We lose our ability to live in our miracle zone, because we are filling ourselves with negativity and praying and hoping that something happens to them. While the truth is, something is happening to us. Yeah? Will this life be saved? Yes, it will very much be saved on my wall, page, whatever you call it. Harita, my client called me and cried that she wants to continue my session, but her husband warned her that if she attends mine, he would leave her. She was crying and calling me. How to help her, Puja? So Harita, one of the things we tend to do as coaches is disrupt families, because we start to strengthen the person. Now, if the person, by getting strength, lands up, prioritizing themselves, people around them find themselves getting very inconvenienced. So my suggestion would be, let her take a break for 1 or 2 weeks. And then on the side, if she still feels that she needs you, she can continue that relationship, maybe in silence, if it is helping her so much, you know. Everything does not need to be informed. A lot of times I tell my wives, or my tribe rather, that, you know what, if your man can't handle the truth, it's not that you don't want to tell him, but if he can't handle the truth, wait it out. And at some point when he can, maybe then is a good time for you to let him know. So, you know, it's not like she's cheating on him, it's you only that she's calling. So I do feel like, you know what, give her a little time, put a break to it for maybe 2-3 weeks, and then see where it goes from there. Sometimes, you know, all the man wants is that control. So give him that control for 1, 2 or 3 weeks, and then she can, when things settle, at that point she can take a better decision of what and how she wants to do it. Kirti, how to make peace if someone keeps troubling you and your husband too doesn't speak up for you? Kirti, it all depends, you know. So if someone is not going to speak up for you, that means you need to speak up for yourself. If someone is continuously troubling you, it's best for you to go out and confront that person, or accept that person, or remove that person. Accept, confront, remove. These are the 3 steps you need to take when someone is troubling you. See which one works. Maybe you've already tried to accept, it's not working. Maybe you need to confront. Now, whether the man supports you or not is a secondary thing. That's a different conversation you need to have with your man, that, you know what, I don't feel supported, or I feel sometimes, you know what, especially if this person is from his family, the best thing to do is to not involve them, because their equation with their family is very different from your equation with his family. So you want to remain very careful. If it is someone from your family and he's not supporting you, it's a very different thing. If it's someone from his family and he's not supporting you, it's a very, very different thing. So my suggestion would be, work with him long enough that he starts to understand your point of view. A lot of times we don't even agree with our partner, and then if we have to support them without agreeing, that's just like, you know, it just goes all wrong. So first notice, does he even agree with your opinion or with whatever you have to say? Because you know what, if he doesn't agree, then expecting support from him, you haven't even crossed the first step, you're asking for the second step. Okay. Be Majestic Warrior. Ma'am, do you give offline training too? Very soon I plan to. For now, I don't. Anita Gupta, how to get our clients to take action when they are interested to learn, but when it comes to implementation, even after pushing them a bit? Anita, I always feel choices and consequences is the only way the client will take action. Depends on how much you are also charging. So the more you charge, the more the chances that the client will take action. If you're charging less, the chances are the client will take you for granted. So you want to start some kind of awards and rewards system in your coaching. So what does that mean? If you do your homework, if you show up on time, if you do this and if you do that, at the end of the 6 sessions, you'll get 2 sessions bonus if you become a, let's say, 5-star goddess. A 5-star goddess is somebody for all the 5 weeks, they did this, this, this and this. whatever you measure, whatever you track tends to stay with the client. So see if you can start to give them stars, tick marks. Maybe you can take them on a 5-week belt journey. You know how in karate you have belts, white belt, yellow belt, brown belt, black belt. So you have to tell them that, you know what, only if you become a black belt with me do you get those extra bonus 2 sessions. Or only if you become a black belt with me will you be allowed to renew. Or if only, so like that you can start accountability. Remember, people love, you know why people get addicted to video games? Because there is this whole levels crossing. And if you can create levels in your coaching, you will start to see a lot of people getting motivated to cross. If you haven't done enlightenment with me, I'd highly recommend you do enlightenment, because you'll see a lot of dedication because of the way we track things in our courses. Dash Mona Lisa. I feel stuck, demotivated for everything in life. I know something is wrong and I'm sinking in this. Please help. Dash Mona Lisa, my suggestion would be that call up Gunjan, phone number will be under this, and please become a part of my awakening course. Tell her to give you a sign up for the awakening course. It will help you a lot. It's a 2-day program which we may be running over a month the next time we do it. It's going to become a 1-month program where for 4 weeks we are going to handhold you through this beautiful journey where you will discover yourself and awaken that goddess that has gone off to sleep within you, and therefore the struggle that you're having. Tusti, the peaceful living. My partner wants to connect as a human being, not as partners right now. He is saying things like decide life path independently, how to accept this and how to change the situation. Tusti, I think this needs a lot more deeper conversation. I don't think it's a question that can be answered through an Insta Live. If you haven't had any sort of coaching, my suggestion would be get in touch with us, or if you have a coach in your environment, and make sure you have a deeper conversation, because this needs a lot more understanding of where he's coming from, what it is you want, and how to align both of your value systems to make this marriage more joint rather than parallel, which is the feeling I'm getting. Yeah. Shroff Sunita, is there a contract number where we can call and understand if the course is available? Absolutely, Sunita Shroff. Right below this video, you will see Gunjan's phone number in the comment section. So, you know, make sure that you give her a call and find out all the details of all the courses that we have. Okay, I'm going to go right to the bottom. Good books. I've been suggesting books for the whole year this time. So if you haven't got your hands on it, let me see if I can get my team to create the last 3 months, all the books of the week that I have shared on one poster, and get that to you on my stories very soon. Okay? Thank you, thank you. I'm not going to be coming for MMI, I'm actually traveling. Cherish yourself with Dr. Reena. How to share my course and workshop without feeling conscious. Dr. Reena, my suggestion to you would be, we feel conscious when we keep the spotlight on us. When you start to put the spotlight on your client and you know truly you're coming from a heart that wants to serve, you won't feel conscious, my darling. So stop focusing on yourself when you are telling people about your course, and start to focus on the benefits that they will have. Okay, I always price myself at a level where I feel like I'm giving much more than what I'm charging. So because I feel like that, I almost sometimes feel I'm doing my clients a favor. And when you are doing people a favor, what is your energy? What is the way you speak? What is your way of, showing your courses? It is like, aa jao, chodo mat, ye bahut acha hai. that becomes your tonality, that becomes your style. And when you really know you can make a difference, I have some people around me where I'll be like, you know what, you just need to join my goddess course, kuch bhi karke bas aa jao, I love you so much, it will really help you, ye jo sari aapki problems aap mujhe bata rahe ho na, ye sab theek ho jayengi. So that I speak in that manner, it changes everything. I'm conscious if I'm feeling like, oh, you know what, they'll have to pay me, they don't have that kind of money, or whenever it is about me, what are they going to think of me? What they are thinking of me has no relevance to this whole conversation. I am here wanting to help the world. When that becomes your energy, you will not feel conscious to ever speak about your courses. And remember, at the end of the day, you're not putting a gun to their head. You're only educating them in what you have to offer. And then it's up to them for them to buy it from you. And can I tell you, 90% of the time, people feel so grateful that we told them what we are offering, because the world is so conscious, they don't want to share what they are creating. Magic is getting created, but they don't want to share. So you know what? Next time, imagine if Mother Teresa felt like, no, I don't want the world to know what good work I'm doing. Thank God she was comfortable with that, so that people could then give so much money to her charity that her charity became the #1 most richest NGO in the world. And she didn't feel any guilt taking anyone's money, because she knew that it's all going towards such good work. Same way, when you know that you're going to actually transform someone's life, never feel small or guilty or conscious about sharing what you are offering, because darling, what you are bringing into this world is so beautiful. You are doing God's work. And you know what? We should never be embarrassed or shy about doing God's work, hai na? Hey, hi Shweta, it was really nice meeting you in Jaipur too. Will the courses teach us to get clients? Depends which one you're joining. My suggestion right now would be to just join Awakening, which is a self-development course where we awaken your goddess. If you'd love to learn how to get clients, you can speak to Gunjan about Coaching Mastery that's happening on the 13th and 14th of May. When will the date with Puja session come? Excuse me. He just brought my jeera pani, and I think that whole jeera pani ka this thing has come into my... So yes, date with Puja I will be announcing sometime within this month. So in the next 15 to 20 days, please expect it to happen. I will not be continuing with you guys sharing the takeaways. If you still want to continue to share, you are more than welcome to, but I will not be sharing it in my stories, because I'm replanning a few things on my stories that I want to share. So this actually fills up my stories so much. Earlier on it was 5, 7, 10. Now it's become 50, 60 of you, which is amazing and I love it. Please continue to share it. I will send you hearts on my DM when I see you sharing it, but I won't be re-sharing it on my stories going forward, yeah? And we will keep you informed. I think next week I'll try my best to announce the date of when it is going to be happening, okay? I've already enrolled for 13th May. That's lovely, Nidhi. Looking forward to seeing you. So sweet. So many of you are asking with date with Puja. I'm announcing it very soon. Just give me this 1 week, okay? Just one more week and I'm announcing it. Devika wins. Kindly advise on how to begin a new relationship with the spouse as you are getting married. Woo! You know what? I'd love for you to pick up at least 10 books on relationships and read as much as you can. Follow people who give this kind of relationship advice. Become very, very, aware. Because I feel like I remember when Noni was born, my older son, one of the things I did, I was only 19 years old when I got pregnant. So I felt like, you know what, the kind of mother I wanted to be, I did not even know. And I remember buying so many books on parenting and reading and studying and all of that. And it really helped me create the kind of mother I wanted to choose to be. you know. And I feel like every one of us going into the relationship must have a personality type on how you want to show up in your relationship. You know, do you want to be the giver? Do you want to be the taker? If you have battles, how do you want to go about them? What about the disagreements? How do you want to handle it? Do you want to handle it at that time? Shout it out, remove it, move on? Do you want to keep quiet, keep your calm, come back later to the same topic? Do you want to seed ideas? Do you want to, you know, I mean, there's just so much today. Tomorrow evening, 3 to 6 is a session I take in my coaching certification, which is completely dedicated just to relationships. And I have so much to say, darling, that I don't know if I can just in few sentences guide you. But what I would say is develop a personality on how you want to show up in your relationship. And to me, I think there are a few words that really go in relationships. One is communication. Do not expect the man to know. If you did not tell him, even if you told him a week ago or 10 days ago and he's forgotten, it's okay. So did you do the current communication? So I think communication is one key word I would love for you to, knowing your own love language and knowing his love language. I think another very key thing is how he likes, what is his expression of love? What is your expression of love? Sorry, excuse me. So what are your expressions of love? Does he want quality time? Does he want intimacy? Does he want to be, words of appreciation, gifts? So there are so many, 5 of them, no? So I'd love for you to go study that, do the quiz, figure that out. That always helps. I think another thing is just lot of deep respect. I think any relationship where the base is respect, somehow I find that a lot more maturer than any other. So when the person always is more important than the problem you are in it with him, I think that also helps. Now, I'm giving you all of these suggestions, keeping in mind that it's a good man. If it's not a good man, it's a totally different set of suggestions. But for now, I'm going to take it for granted that because you're getting married to him, you must have chosen someone good only. So see if you can work with communication, deep respect, love language. All of that helps. Keeping it fresh, new. In the beginning, it will be. But I think slowly and steadily, you need to find what are those common things that both of you enjoy and start to do a lot of that so that you can build joy into the relationship itself rather than you attending to him and him attending to you. Find things where both of you get joy from one thing. That always helps. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You just helped me let go of my biggest fear. God bless you, my Jan. What is happening on 13th, 14th of May? I do a course called Coaching Mastery where I help coaches find their clients. So if you're interested in that, please be in touch with Gunjan. She will guide you. Ha! Roselle and Ashwagandha for coughing and cold. No, actually I'm fine today. I think just when the hot thing came, it kind of like... Okay, we're already at 10:56. If you want to take a picture, you can take a picture. And thank you for coming week after week after week. I am off to travel now for the next 10 days to create a lot of things for what's all the new stuff that we will be launching from this year onwards, this financial year. So with 1st of April having come in, I can tell you that if you are already a part of my tribe, start to get very excited because a lot of new stuff is happening. If you're yet not part of my tribe, highly recommend that you land up coming at least into my level 1, which is the start point of where you and I can go on a much longer journey, much deeper in awakening that goddess, in making you more emotionally strong, in helping you create your identity, in helping you get financially free. I don't know what your top values are, but whatever your life looks like right now, let's make sure that in the next 1 year, it becomes magical to a level that you should look back and say, ye kab hua, ye kaise hua. Yeah? 1,000 kisses, loads of love. Card of the day is already done. So it is give thanks. In your imagination, kiss each of your favorite person in turn and thank them for being in your life. And then do the same with an open heart to each of the people that are causing difficulties in your life, knowing that every difficulty caused is making you only stronger. Yeah. So I will share this in the stories. There's no book of the week for the simple reason I've had a very busy week. So I haven't read anything. So therefore I have nothing to offer you. Yeah. Bye everybody. Thank you for coming. Loads and loads of love. Bye.